Nothing much.
Man, how you feeling, man?
I'm good. My body's sore from getting back in shape now.
Okay, you still bare knuckle fighting or you back to boxing?
I'll be tired.
Okay.
Just keep my body in shape though.
I see Lil Chapo hitting the bag, man. I see him on Instagram hitting that bag. You say his amateur debut coming?
Yeah, next month.
Oh, that's what's up. What's up? Out there in Vegas?
Nah, on the East Coast in Maryland.
Oh, Maryland?
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Hey, I just want to ask you a couple things about boxing, but first and foremost, man, I want to ask you, how was it when you was in the ring being the first man to wobble Floyd Mayweather, man?
It was good. I mean, that was a very difficult fight for me because Floyd took it to another level. After I hit him in the fourth round, he changed it up and started boxing. But at first, the game plan was, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to knock you out. That was said at the weigh-in. We're going to fight each other. We ain't going to box. We're going to fight. But when I caught and heard him, his uncle told him, box that motherfucker. Box him.
Hey, we got to order profanity. We got to, it's all good. It's all good. He thought he wanted to bang until he got banged, huh?
Yeah, he listened to his uncle because he didn't. He was going to get knocked out. I was going to clip Floyd.
How was the training? How did you prepare for that fight?
I had Don Turner, old school Don Turner, train me in Andrews Township. One of the aggressive guys, Don Turner, he's a mathematician that comes to strategize and beating a fighter like he had Holyfield to do against Mike Tyson. And he was like, Chop, the only way you're going to beat this damn Floyd, you got to fight him. You got to fight him. And that was the game plan, to make Floyd exchange with me and get in the shootout, and I catch him.
Yeah, because you most definitely caught him. Now, how do you view that Terrence Crawford Earl Spence fight?
It was a great fight. Bud was the better guy. We can't take nothing from Earl. He's a great champion. Undisputed welterweight champion as well. But there's a lot of things that a lot of people look at Earl done throughout his career: the drinking, the car accident, the ass streak. Those three things right there played a big factor in that fight right there.
So do you think, because as far as we seeing the videos of Earl, it looked like Earl was under the influence of something when he stepped inside the building, that wasn't the Earl Spence that we normally see in a fight. He was not competitive. Even if Crawford would have beat him, Earl is way more competitive than what he showed to be in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Earl looked at high, eyes low, eyes red, sluggish, super slurred speech and hitting the pads all wrong and messed up. Do you think being drained played a part in that the weight cut, the weight loss? Do you think that would have made him come in looking like high and drugged up?
Well, I can say being drained can really exhaust you and give you a lack of energy when it comes to performance if you don't rehydrate properly.
Okay. But
he had enough time. I don't think Earl was drained. Everybody keeps hollering he was drained. Did Earl say he was drained?
Nope. He actually didn't say nothing. He said if he had an excuse, he wouldn't tell people anyway.
There you go. So he ain't going to make no excuse. Bud was the better guy. Bud beat him that night.
Now, do you think that, because even Bud gloves looked like they was used, wrinkled, and all kind of stuff. Like them gloves looked bogus, even though Bud won. But do you think Victor Conte had anything to do with that performance? Because some people say that Bud was on that juicy juice. And there's another.
They can say if they want to say. If the boy took the test and he cleared past, you can't say nothing about it.
Okay, now this is the other thing. I want to ask you this question because Victor Conte is the funder of VADA. He funded Vada. So, and Victor Conte make undetectable steroids. If Victor Conte gave him undetectable steroids, would he test positive when he took the test?
How could he test positive if you gave him undetected steroids?
So it's a good chance that even though he was tested, he could have still been on something in this case.
I will agree, yes.
Okay, that's all we want is the truth. Chop Chop. That's Chop Chop Corley, man. Y'all got any questions for Chop Chop, the legendary Chop Chop Corley, man?
Just tell him, hey, from DC for me.
DC say, hey, Greg from DC say, hey, Mr. Mash, you got something you want to ask Chop Chop Corley?
Yeah, I do. Salute to the champion, man. Great fighter, great man. My question is this, Chop Chop. I had Crawford winning the fight because I thought if Spence can only come forward, if Crawford took that away and took the jab away, there wouldn't be a plan B for Spence. To that, you say what?
You hear him, Chop Chop?
No, I didn't hear what he said.
All right, run it back.
Chop Chop. I had Crawford winning the fight because Spence comes forward. And if Crawford takes a jab away, I felt like Spence couldn't make an adjustment. He can't fight going backwards. And so to that, you say what?
You hear him?
Yeah, I don't think Earl know how to fight going backwards, or he know how to box an opponent from a distance. He's a southpaw, and he's a straightforward fighter. He's a come-getter. He's not too much the fighter that's going to sit back and box you and try to do a lot of counter-punching. He's a forward fighter, and he gets his thing going forward, punching with another fighter. But that night, I mean, he was punching with Bud, but Bud was just a better puncher, landed better shots.
Yeah. But Bud had the most ferocious jab I've seen in years. And, you know, the crazy thing about it is going into the fight, they always saying Earl Spence jab, good jab, one of the best jabbers. They never talk about Bud jab. But that night, it was like Bud had bricks in them gloves when he was hitting them with that jab. He was hitting them with jab that was like, he was like, damn, man, is that a jab? That's crazy. And, you know, I want to ask you this question too. Is there any way? So say if you orthodox fighter, your right hand, your strong hand, do you believe that if you was in a southpaw stand, that your right jab will be harder than if you was in an orthodox stand throwing a straight right?
No, I don't think it would be.
Okay, I wanted to get an actual boxer opinion because like I had Dewey Cooper on here, and he just swear by everything walking that if you're a right hand fighter, your jab being in a southpaw stand will be harder than your straight right coming from orthodox. And I was like, how? You can't even generate as much power because you jabbing. This you coming from back here, coming straight at him. You know what I mean?
But some fighters are different. Like me, I'm a right hand. I'm southpaw. Yeah. Everyone think my left hand supposed to be my power hand. Mm-hmm. I am a southpaw. My right hand is my dominant, strong hand. Because when I grew up, I done everything with my right hand except right, eat. I'm left-handed. But I do everything right-handed. I throw, I shoot, I dribble.
Yeah. So, so you say your right hand, your dominant hand. So do you think?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you being in an orthodox stand, if you just throw that straight right, I'm talking about that power shot. Pow, you think that'd be harder than you just throwing a jab?
Hell yeah. My right hand is my dominant hand. If I turn in a right hand stand, and I twist my hip and throw a straight right hand, it's going to be way powerful than my jab.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to, you know, because somebody on here like, hey, Mr. Dewey Cooper and ate you up and this and that. And I'm like, nah, man, nah. I just don't want to argue with somebody. You know, I call and they get on the phone. I'd rather people hear what they got to say opposed to me going back and forth with them. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, anything coming up in the future? You training anybody?
We got Lord Chop getting ready for his amateur debut next month. Looking to train other fighters eventually.
Okay.
We got Chop Chop Kitchen. We developing the content for that.
Okay, you want to give them your Instagram information, Twitter information, so they can follow you?
DeMarcus Corley 2019 on Instagram. DeMarcus Corley on Facebook. I don't do too much of that tweeting.
Yeah, I
Hey,
heard
Ross,
it. Yeah.
ask me if he's training down at Jared Hurd's new gym.
Greg says is you training down at Jared Hurd's new gym?
Nah, nope.
Nope. All right, man. It's nice talking to you. I'm most definitely gonna hit you up later on, Chop. I had to get you on the show, man. I got this boxing podcast on it.
All right.
You know
Appreciate
what I'm saying? All right, I'll hit you in a minute.
All right.
My bad, chat. I was just thinking like let me call my man Chop up real quick because Greg, he did it. You said you got the connection. I want you to see if you pull some people up on you. I said let me see what's up in this phone because all my numbers ain't in this phone.
Yeah, get them people on here, man. Get them on here because you hear everybody be quiet and they listen. That's what you want. Get some information out there.
Yep, and you want credible guys on here who've done it. So I mean, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got man, let me tell you something. I got so many people numbers, man. It don't make no sense. I gotta find my Android because this is an iPhone. I ain't, I'm old school. Jack, I'm Android. Shut it. You know what I'm saying? My kids making fun of me, talking about, Dad, is that an Android? So my dumb butt go get an iPhone to try to keep up with them. I cannot stand this phone, but my numbers, I got so many numbers in my other phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm most definitely go get them and get these people up on. Like I got Jeff Mayweather, all them numbers up on there. I ain't got to do nothing but call them. They gonna answer. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ross.
Yeah.
How many other people you know down this way in DC Corley is from this area?
Yeah, he sure live from DC.
Yeah, you got Joppy, you got Keith Holmes, you got Sean Bay down here. I think Bo is still down this way. I'm not sure whether he done moved back to North Carolina or not, but you got whoever you know that's down this way, is particularly who were welterweights and middleweights that's down here. I'm sure will be happy to, get on and chop it up with you.
Yeah, hold on for 1 second. Let me check it better in this camera.
Mr. Bear 24. Greg, that's not him. All I said is what he said. He said he hadn't done all the work he was supposed to do, so I got to take his word for it, Mr. Bear.
Yeah, I don't know. I could call them and I can, because there's a lot of people I don't know. I just know some of the main suspects as far as the boxing, and then I met a gang of them down there in Vegas. So I most definitely could get people numbers and stuff like that. I ain't been doing it because I ain't the type to be, but I got to open up more because this is the boxing outlet. You dig what I'm saying? We got to make them phone calls, Jack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to get it cracking. So if I could get somebody, if I could call one of my contacts and they know this or that, and I get that number, I most definitely would get it to call them. I ain't been utilizing my resources how I really could. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, because I know the trainers that actually train these people, like even this right here, let me see something.